Hey everyone, welcome to another narrated series of our amazing Europe trip. Today we're leaving Gare Nord early morning, catching the Eurostar to St. Pancras. This takes 2 hours and 50 minutes travel time. Upon arrival to Gare Nord, follow the sign to Eurostar departure, which is upstairs. Take the escalator up and you'll see the entrance to the departure gate. As you're traveling between two countries, there will be a departure card that you will need to fill out upon check-in. Now, we are traveling on a first class ticket prepaid on the Eurostar website. The first class tickets had some perks. First, we got free Wi Fi, sometimes with a very slow connection. Second, we were able to check in as late as 20 minutes prior to departure. Third, we had a complimentary breakfast or snack. And lastly, we were able to select our seats from the first class carriages. Keep in mind that the first class carriages are quiet zones, so do respect your fellow posh passengers. We learned this the hard way when mom started playing a loud video on her phone and everyone was just like, shh. We left at around 6 a.m., which will get us to St. Pancras by 9 a.m. I scheduled to leave Paris early in the morning so that by the time we arrived into London, we would still have a good chunk of the day to spend touring the city. And this means getting some well-needed rest on the train. There are some good sceneries along the way, but as you reach the Channel Tunnel that stretches up to 50 kilometers, you'll be underwater, underground, in the dark for a good 35 minutes. The Eurostar travels through it at a top speed of 300 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest way to cross the channel. I was so tired that I pretty much slept through the entire ride. If you're traveling through multiple destinations using multiple modes of transportation, my best advice for you is to travel light. Remember that not all stations will have an escalator or an elevator available. Therefore, if you're traveling with a heavy luggage, you're going to need to lift that baby up and down the stairs and through the crowd, which is what happened to some of us. I traveled light, but for some reason, I got to lift all the heavy luggages. Do not litter. Mom and Auntie got hit with a £20 fine each for dropping cigarette butts outside the St. Pancras station. We walked across King's Cross Station to catch the local train to Victoria Station. From there, we walked 2 blocks to reach our bed and breakfast. It was only a short distance, but our luggage made it feel longer. We did not waste any time. Soon after we checked in, Kenny and I left to do some city touring. We got the Golden Tour Ultimate Pass, which gave us 3 full days of hop-on hop-off bus tours, a scenic Thames River cruise, and entry passes to major sites and attractions around the city. This was the most cost-effective and convenient way to explore the sites. It saved us from queuing up to purchase individual attraction tickets on each site, and bonus, our Golden Pass gave us priority in lines, so we got to bypass or fast-track any queues. It still took some time getting around the city on the bus with the usual traffic, so there were some attractions we missed out on due to the limited time we had, but we still made the most of it. Changing of the guards are every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. We were only in London from Friday to Sunday, so no, we did not get to see the changing of the guards. Also, the Queen's Gallery was closed during that time, so no, we did not get to see her precious jewels either. Maybe she was wearing them at the time. Yes, of course, we took some photos with the red phone booth. Such a typical touristy thing to do. We then went into Westminster Abbey, built in 1245, famous for holding royal coronation, burials, and recently the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton. Unfortunately, there are no pictures or filming allowed inside, so all we have are exterior shots. St. Paul's Cathedral, a famous landmark in London due to its dome-like structure, and still is one of the highest in the world. Yes, we did climb the dome, a whopping 550 steps up, and the view from the top, looking down into the inner middle of the church, was breathtaking and a little scary. I mean, it was really high up. There was an elevator that can take you halfway up, but that was reserved for the elderly and disabled only. In 1666, the old St. Paul's Cathedral was one of the casualties of the Great Fire of London. Rebuild started in 1675 and was declared completed on the 25th of December 1711. Huh, Christmas Day. Prince Charles and Princess Diana got married here. This is Tower Bridge, not to be confused with London Bridge. People get it wrong all the time. London Bridge is further down and looks just like a normal road bridge. As we were approaching, Kenny was complaining on the bus because the bus was passing through the bridge too fast. He wanted to get some nice still pictures, but the bus couldn't possibly stop in the middle of the bridge. I mean, there was traffic behind us. It's alright, we got to go on top of the bridge later on that day, so we got some good shots. Aw, we missed the last river cruise. We came to the docks a little too late. It's alright, we'll catch one tomorrow. We decided to just stick around, enjoy the nice sunset views of the River Thames, and have some good old fish and chips for dinner before heading back to our bed and breakfast.
Where are we? Oh, Tower Bridge. Oh my gosh. London Bridge is falling down. No. How come every time you come around my London? Nope, that's not London Bridge. That is Tower Bridge.
Yay, day two, and we're back at it again at Buckingham Palace. Hey, look, here is a guard who is marching. That's the most changing of the guards I can give you. Today was a Saturday and still no changing of the guards. This is Tower of London. We're finally inside and exploring, trying to find the bloody tower. Finally, we're on the river cruise. Oh, look, it's the cheese grater. They called it that because the building looked like the cheese grater. This is such a great way to see the sights of London. And that is the shard. They called it that because it looks like a shard of glass. That dome structure right there is the famous dome from St. Paul's Cathedral. Here, coming up ahead, is Big Ben. It looks a little bit odd because currently Big Ben is having some cosmetic facelift, so there are a lot of scaffoldings. Here on the left is London Eye. Ooh, litter. Auntie got a bit ticked off seeing the litter here because she got fined for her litter, but everybody else who littered here probably didn't. Speaking of which, at this point, she still hasn't paid for that £20 fine and is about to go double to £40 if remain unpaid. Alright, it's time to make our way to Southampton Cruise Terminal. I decided to use the Princess Cruise motor coach transfer as it was the most convenient way to get to the cruise terminal. The motor coach just leaves from Victoria Coach Station, which is only across the road from Victoria Train Station, hence the reason why I picked a bed and breakfast nearby. Another way was to catch the train to Southampton, but this would have included you lugging around your bags on and off the train and on and off the terminals, which would have been too much of a hassle. So with the Princess Motor Coach transfer, we just check in our luggage as we check in for the ride, and then they will handle it from there and deliver it direct to our cabins. Nice and easy, no hassle, no fuss. This motor coach transfer will only take up to 2 hours with some scenic views along the way. The coaches are fully air-conditioned and has washing and toilet facilities on board. Yay, we're here! And look at all the luggages. Oh look, there's my one, the white one. You can tell he's excited, it's the first one in the trolley. Alright, it's time to head on up and start checking in. We are so excited to cruise the Mediterranean. Sapphire Princess, here we come!